Every automobile owner is aware of the dreaded automotive depreciation. New automobiles lose 5% to 10% of their worth the moment they leave the dealer lot, and they can lose up to 30% of their value in the first year alone. But there are some amazing automobiles available to enthusiasts right now that will not lose value even if driven and appreciated. These unique vehicles are either over-engineered or have a large fan base, making them very desirable in practically any condition. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today we are going to talk about the 10 cars that do not depreciate in value. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Toyota Land Cruiser FZJ80. The list begins with the ultra-reliable and over-engineered Toyota Land Cruiser. We especially suggest the 80 series from the 1990s because of the iconic 4.5-liter straight 6.1 FZFE engine. The naturally aspirated engine is noted for its huge displacement, smooth power delivery, and high torque output, making it ideal for SU versus the 80 series Land Cruiser has much more to offer than simply a powerful engine. It also sports a full-time 4x4 drivetrain and a locking center differential, allowing for some serious off-roading. Number 9. Integra GSR DC2. The Integra Type R is a highly sought-after import, and its value has skyrocketed in the past decade or two. A low-mileage Type R in great condition recently sold for over $65,000. Obtaining a Type R in good condition right now would be prohibitively expensive, but there is still hope for the price-conscious aficionado. The Integra GSR DC2 is still a competent sports vehicle that is reasonably priced at roughly $9,000 in good condition, despite having a high mileage. The GSR isn't as tough as the Type R, so it lacks features like a seam-welded chassis and a limited slit differential, but the two share similar 1.8-liter four-cylinder engines. The GSR produces 170 horsepower, but the Type R engine has a factory-installed high-performance tune that produces just under 200 horsepower. Number 8. Porsche Boxster S986. The Boxster S968 is a superb introduction car for serious performance and one of the best driver's cars of all time. It costs roughly $50,000 new, but acceptable condition 986 may now be found for as little as $9,000. You read it correctly. A Porsche for less than $10,000. The 986 not only has all the elegance you'd expect from a Porsche, but it also boasts incredible dependability. The most convincing reason for the 986 of popularity is that the new Boxster 718s replaced the smooth flat-six engines with small displacement turbocharged four-cylinder engines. The smooth, naturally aspirated flat-six engines that consumers fell in love with are found in all Boxster 986s. Number 7. Jeep Wrangler TJ. Jeep has been producing Wranglers for nearly 30 years, and they have been a huge success since the beginning. It would be simple to simply recommend any Wrangler and call it a day, but we like to recommend the second-generation Wrangler TJ. The original Wrangler had little more than a metal frame and a rugged 4x4 drivetrain, but later Wranglers are sophisticated SUVs that also serve as decent family movers. The TG falls somewhere in the middle, being a capable off-roader with a few contemporary conveniences that even die-hard off-roaders would appreciate. Although it is nearly 20 years old, a quality Wrangler TJ with over 100,000 kilometers costs around $12,000. The inline-six engine provides lots of power and was the first to employ coil spring suspension rather than leaf spring suspension as used in the original Wrangler. Number 6. Toyota Tacoma. The Land Cruiser isn't the only Toyota on our list that has a reputation for dependability and usefulness. Since its introduction in the United States in 1995, the Toyota Tacoma has been a mainstay in the truck market. We recommend selling the first generation between 1995 and 2004 for the lowest investment and highest resale value. Buying a 20-year-old truck that has most likely seen heavy-duty use may not seem like a good idea, but the Tacoma is that dependable. The Toyota Tacoma sold in the United States is a more consumer-friendly version of the Toyota Hilux sold elsewhere in the world. The Hilux has been on the market since 1968 and has earned a reputation for being incredibly tough. Top Gear even dubbed the small truck indestructible after Clarkson, May, and Hammond crashed, submerged, crushed, burned, and used explosives on one. Throughout it all, the engine not only started but also drove a few feet. Number 5. Volkswagen Beetle. Few cars have the cult following that the iconic Volkswagen Beetle has. Since 1925, the small car has existed in some form or another. Since it was first made available to the general public in the 1940s, it has largely remained unchanged on the outside while undergoing significant changes on the inside. Almost any good condition Beetle will retain its resale value. Vintage Beetles in decent condition will be tough to obtain, but even recent Beetles should be nice buys. These ceased global manufacture of the latest Beetle in 2019. As a result, any Beetle on the market will almost certainly retain its value owing to impending scarcity. But if you need something today, decent condition specimens in good condition might range from $2,000 to $10,000 for one that is roughly a decade old. Number 4. McLaren F1. The McLaren F1 is often regarded as the greatest driver's vehicle money can buy. Although it is almost 20 years old, it is still one of the world's quickest vehicles with a 0 to 60 mph speed of 3 seconds flat. The driving experience, though, is what truly distinguishes F1. It can lap the iconic Nürburgring just a few seconds slower than the much newer McLaren 720S and is right up there with hypercars like the McLaren P1. All while using practically no driver aids and requiring the greatest level of driving expertise. Of course, getting an F1 now would be nearly impossible. Just 106 were ever produced, including prototypes, and they are all in the hands of dedicated collectors. Number 3. BMW E30. The E30 is the second generation of the 3 Series built from 1982-1984 in the US through 1994. It is regarded as the pinnacle of BMW engineering. Few fans will argue that the E30 isn't one of the greatest sports sedans ever built. Even those who are wary of newer BMWs will praise the boxy classic. Enthusiasts may expect them to be pricey owing to their cult classic reputation, which is fair for E30s in exceptional condition or with extremely low mileage, but there are many inexpensive E30s. If you don't mind excessive mileage or base versions without the pedigree of sportier variants, you can get an E30 for less than $10,000. Because of the enthusiasm for all E30s, even if you buy one of the less desirable variants, there will always be someone out there willing to spend what you did, even after you drive it. If you keep it in excellent shape, you can even make a small profit because E30s in general are gradually increasing in value. Number 2. Lotus Elise. Lotus is a small niche company that produces some of the greatest drivers' vehicles available. They have previously won the Formula One World Championship 7 times. With all that history and performance, most aficionados may believe that owning one is out of reach. Yet the superb Elise is a wonderful driver's car that anybody can purchase and enjoy with absolutely little risk. Despite being discontinued in the United States in favor of the new and thrilling Evra, the Elise remains one of the top sports cars on the market. Where it truly shines is on the track, where publications such as Car and Driver and Top Gear recognize what made the Elise great: an easy and genuine relationship with a car. The price has largely been stable for years, which means you can purchase an Elise for as little as $10,000 in some situations, but more likely around $15,000 for decent specimens that you can follow and sell in a few years for around the same money. Number 1. Honda's 200. Honda's most successful roadster sports a classic design, a smooth transmission, a variable valve timing and lift electronic control engine, and 247 horsepower. It's simple to understand why this automobile is popular among aficionados. Cars in excellent condition appear to have been recently developed and rolled off a manufacturing line. The S2000 is a pleasurable drive both on and off the track, and it competes for the title of finest driver's vehicle, with historic names like the Miata, Boxster, and Nissan Z low-mileage S2000s may be purchased for $20,000 to $30,000 and are still excellent buys if kept in good shape. Until Honda joins the frenzy and brings out an all-new S2000, flawless S2000s will only climb in value. But the same may be stated for the bottom end. Relatively excellent condition automobiles with greater mileage will remain attractive and may be purchased for around $10,000 to $14,000 and will hold their prices reasonably well. That concludes the video. I hope you like it. If so, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up and remembering to subscribe. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.